Hey folks, welcome back to Cats and Kilos. Tonight we're going to learn how to use an inhaler on a cat.
Now the actual inhaler looks like this. It's just a little canister surrounded by this plastic holder, and when you push on the canister it releases the medication. The person's mouth would be around this lower portion and it would release it then into their mouth as they're taking a breath, and it will go into their lungs. However, we can't really do that with a cat, so what we use is something like this. It's a chamber that you would put the inhaler on one side of, and it would release the medication into the chamber, and then the cat would have this other portion, the little mask that would fit around its face, and that way they could breathe in the contents of what goes into the chamber. This particular one is the one that we've been using for many years and the one that I would personally recommend, but if you have specific needs, of course, talk to your vet. This is the original AeroCat Feline Aerosol Chamber Inhaler Spacer for cats and kittens. And it's got the exclusive FlowView indicator, which means that you can see if the cat is taking a breath. For anyone interested in this, I've included an Amazon link in the description.
Now the first time you use a brand new inhaler just out of the box, you have to prime the new cartridge by putting it in here and depressing it a couple of times, 2 or 3 times to prime it. You only have to prime it the first time you use it, but you must shake it well every single time before using it. And then you would put it into your feline aerosol chamber, and then you would depress it once. You would put it on the cat for 10 breaths in our case, but again, follow the instructions. And then after that, you would do it again for 10 more breaths for our case, but again, follow the instructions in your case. To know that the cat is taking a breath, you would just look at this little flap here and it would move with each breath. So the way we first got our cat used to using this is we put some treats in the top here without even attaching it onto the rest of the contraption, just to get him used to it. It was some treats. He liked it. And then after, we ended up putting it together and putting it up to his face just so he wouldn't panic. And eventually he's totally used to it at this point. So the key is very light pressure. Let's see how it works in action. The chamber that we're using, it's called AeroCat, this little dispenser thing. And let's see how we do it, right? So we just dispense it. We put it up to poor little Rain's face, right? Look how lightly I'm holding it. And notice the flap, it's moving, right? That was 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's a flashback. This is Rain 12 years ago. The poor guy, you can see he's been on this for a long time, and you can see my wife shook it up before she used it, and then she depressed the canister and actually had it up to his face when she depressed it, which is actually the way it's recommended you do it. But I think it might be easier on the cat if you just depress it and then quickly put it up to his face. I don't think it makes any difference as far as it being escaping from the canister. You'll see the little flap will hold it in place. There she is, shakes it up again, and puts it up to his face in a minute. Yes. And then depresses the canister. Again, if you depress it right before, I think it's okay. And holds it for 7 to 10 breaths, I think is what the package recommends. I try to go for the 10 breaths. And you can see if the cat squirms a little bit, make them comfortable. You can kind of just reposition it so they're not panicking. And success. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's really as simple as that. So after you've done that, it wouldn't hurt to give them a treat. And I guess the main thing is make sure you make contact with both the top and the bottom, but very, very lightly. Don't jam it into the poor cat's face. Just a very, very light contact, I think, is the key. That's pretty much it. That's how you give a cat an inhaler. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next time.